Hey, it's Dougie Fresh in the flesh, here to give you my best of last breath. I'm here with Damon Bangman. Hey now!
Hey now!
Hey now pulls me to the present moment. This guy, I was on the phone with for like 3 months. I did a 3-month leadership course, and he was my coach for it. And he just would call me out on my ish. And I think that's very important to have, the accountability and blasting past the ego. So let's see how we can go and grow and glow from getting that ego, edging God out. That's really what I heard that. He like made me live it. So how you doing today?
Doing good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good to be here.
And Damon,
I'm the one.
he's the one in the 61. Hey.
Yeah.
So one thing you talked about was the smart rats. Talk about that smart rat syndrome.
Okay, so if you're familiar with like transformational technologies, smart rat is a term that I learned while I was studying with landmark education. And what we're really talking about is it's a metaphor for like people that study transformation. Their life changes a lot very rapidly in a short period of time after they're exposed to like some sort of formal transformational technology. And so the smart rat is the metaphor for that. So the rat
is in a maze.
Yeah, you know, like in a laboratory when they have a rat in a tabletop maze, and the researchers will put cheese at one end of the maze, and they drop a rat in there at the other end, and the rat can smell that there's cheese in the maze, and so the rat is working its way through the maze, smelling it out, and eventually it finds the cheese. Well, the moment it finds the cheese and gets the cheese, the researchers drop it. They run it again. They put cheese back in the maze, put the rat in the same place, the cheese in the same place, and the rat runs the maze again. And this time it's a little bit faster.
Okay.
And it just does it over and over again until eventually
get better.
Yeah, until eventually the rat just runs straight through the maze to the cheese. And at that point, we have what we call a smart rat.
Yeah, smart. It's like me lifting at the bench press. I get stronger and stronger. It's like Emerson says, that which we persist in doing becomes easier. Not that the nature of the thing has changed, but our ability to do is increased. So this rat's ability to do is increased. Then what happens?
So this rat is now smart, and that is a very dangerous thing, actually.
It can be dangerous.
Because the rat has learned a skill, but it has dropped its common sense. Okay, well, actually, I'm getting ahead of myself a little bit. So once the rat can run the maze straight through every time perfectly and go straight to the cheese, the researchers then do something else. They drop the rat back in the maze, but they don't have any cheese in the maze. And so that rat will run straight through the maze perfectly, even though there's no cheese anywhere in the maze at this point. And it'll just do it again and again and again and again. And that's a problem, because the rat has learned a skill, but the rat is now using the skill and not using its common sense. When the rat first gets dropped into the maze, all it has to do is just rely on its sense of smell. There's no cheese in this maze anymore. And then the best course of action for the rat would be to do nothing at all. But no, it just runs that skill set that it's learned. So that's a metaphor for transformation. When people learn transformation, they get all these amazing things in their life that they didn't have before, but a lot of times they actually lose all common sense.
Wow.
And that's dangerous, actually.
For a big head, and you follow that same kind of skill, and you think you're so smart, that you forget the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
You talk the talk, but you forget to go walk the walk, kind of.
Well, how I would say it is, transformation is shifting. Well, there's a couple of ways I would define transformation.
Skill,
shifting,
right? It is a skill.
Yeah, it's a skill that you learn. You shift the context such that the underlying content, your experience of the content alters. And the first time you do it, like through like Next Level or Landmark, you actually transform accidentally. But over time, we train you to do it as a skill on purpose. So the problem is people sort of forget about their common sense, and they just sort of fall in love with this new skill that they learned, which is great. But it becomes very dangerous because they lose track of what transformation is at a certain level, and then they start to become weirdos.
Yeah.
Frankly.
Gotta be careful.
Yeah.
So just, are you a smart rat?
Yeah.
Are you a smart rat?
And what's going on is transformation, dealing with possibility, dream, declare, deliver, all of these things are different ways of saying that one creates a new future, and the future reaches back into the present and alters the present, okay? So
Wow.
dealing with the future in this way does not involve your ego in any way, because your ego is a threat matrix that relies on data coming from the past. And so once you learn the skill of transformation, you now have a past with that skill. And so it's very easy for your ego is always wanting to take over the context and control the situation to keep you safe.
Yep.
So as you go forward with this new skill, you actually become a smart rat in the sense that your ego is controlling the situation, but you're not present to it because you now have a relationship with transformation. And so that's just something to keep an eye out for.
Wow.
Are you becoming a weirdo?
Yeah.
If so, stop it.
Yeah. And that's really resourceful. I think he's a really smart guy. He supported me a lot. And Damon, one more thing. What's your number one tip to become a great coach? How do you get people to live in their greatness? How'd you do it with me? How'd you do it with people around me?
It's integrity. Integrity, and by integrity I mean
being your word, right?
Yeah. Honor your word as honor your word as yourself. We're videoing.
Yeah, come on in.
We're making
this
a
is
video.
one of my other coaches, believe it or not. So this is Angelica, and she's talking about integrity.
Hello. Are we on Facebook Live?
We're just sending a little video. I'm gonna throw it on my YouTube. Yeah. So integrity being your word, and that's what does it.
Yeah, being your word. If you look at like Mahatma Gandhi, all the Indians at that point in history, they wanted Britain to be out of the picture in India, and probably several of them declared that they were the reason that India would be a free country, which is what Mahatma Gandhi declared. Well, Mahatma Gandhi was the only one that delivered on his word.
Got it.
And so he's the one that we remember, and that's why his leadership is so powerful, because he had integrity with his word. Kids coming through.
Sweet. So we're at a Christmas party right now. We're at a Christmas party and we're having fun. This is one of my other coaches. Quick tip: how do you become a great coach?
Always be focused out. It's not about how well you're doing. It's not about what you can do for other people. It's about what they need and what they are looking for, and just being able to shift in that place.
Awesome. Thank you, Angelica. Willow, what's your secret to be so fun?
To sing and dance.
Ooh.
Stay fresh, stay blessed with love, singing and dancing, not being a smart rat, being aware, and being your word. Peace.